So as you copy, you open your BSC malicious token in that folder, that's fetcher folder in utilities. So you just have to Control A here and Control V to paste the previous malicious token. So I have pasted it. If I delete it and click on I think I did not copy that file. So you have to right click, didn't copy that file. So what we are going to do is, this is the gem file, a malicious token that we downloaded. So we have to copy, right click and click on copy and go to our own malicious tokens list, Excel sheet, and then paste it here. Yeah, that's how. So we save it. So once we save, we can decide to close it. So what we are actually doing here is that we do not want to include those malicious tokens, because those tokens might be taxed, and tax token does not work with flash loan. It might be taxed, or they might disable selling on it, and so on. But the fact is that a gem file is not always going to have the whole malicious tokens in BSC, because there is more than 1 million tokens in PancakeSwap. So we should not expect to get, we are not expecting to get the whole malicious tokens or all the tax or tokens that you are not able to sell. So in that case, I will show you how to manually remove some tokens in future videos, in case you find out any tokens that does not work in your arbitrage flash loan. So that is it. So that's how we now get our malicious token list. So while we are fetching our pairs, we do not want to include or fetch the tokens that is listed in these malicious tokens into our pairs. So we exclude these tokens here. So that's why we need the malicious tokens to be here. So you have to copy it and paste it here as well. It's already there, but you have to paste it because that one I pasted some days ago, so there might be new malicious tokens, so you have to paste it as I did. So the website is a gem file. This is the URL, so you can pause the video here and copy the URL if you don't know about the website. That is it for this. Okay, so now we are going to start fetching our pairs. For us to start fetching our pairs, we are going to start the fetcher bot. So the fetcher bot will load this way once you start it. Remember, this is going to be the first step. Before you run your bot for the first time, you are going to fetch pairs from exchanges. So now the fetcher is telling you to select the exchange you want to fetch pairs. So in our case, we might decide to fetch exchange 2, exchange 3, or exchange 1. So since we do not have any pairs fetched, we want to start fetching we want to start from exchange 1. So we are starting from exchange 1. So we click on exchange 1. So now your bot is once you click on enter on that exchange 1, it's now asking you if you want to continue from last fetch. In our case, we do not fetch any previous pairs, so we do not want to continue from we stop on our last fetch. So we will click on no, I want to start afresh, or you can also click on yes, I want to continue, but since there's nothing to continue, it will not continue anything, it will start afresh. But if we already fetched some pairs, I'm going to explain more on this, then we have to use this yes, because if we do know I want to start afresh, you will start from the beginning. It will start fetching, saving the pairs as if you did not fetch the pairs again. So in our case, we are going to do just I want to continue from where I stopped. No, in our case, we are going to do no, I want to start afresh. So we click on that and wait for some time. So since we selected Pancakes exchange 1 as the exchange that we want to fetch pairs, and as you can recall from our settings, we had PancakeSwap to be our exchange 1. Remember when we had our exchange here. PancakeSwap is our exchange 1, and we selected to fetch pair from exchange 1, remember. So now it's now telling us that exchange 1, which is PancakeSwap, has a total of 1,153,784 pairs. So we are going to fetch pairs from PancakeSwap that has this amount of pairs. And most of those pairs are going to be malicious or fake tokens or tokens that is just deployed for testing, but we are going to go one by one to check with the minimum liquidity, and we make sure that the token is not in our malicious token list. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to enter our starting index. So let me explain more on starting index. Remember, these pairs are 1 million and something. Let's just assume 1 million pairs. So the way computer counts numbers is different from where we humans count numbers. So let me pull out my Excalibur and explain something here. So we actually count numbers from, if we are counting, we count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. But computer does not count numbers in this way. Computer counts from 0. So it means if we want to, let me clear these charts. Let me delete this. Okay, sorry. Let me delete this. Okay. If we want to count numbers, like maybe we have 10 items to count. We have 10 items to count. If we are humans, since we are human, we will start from 1 and count to 10. If I ask you to count 10 items, you will start from 1 and count to 10, but it's different with computers. Computers start from 0. This is how computer will count normal numbers. So me and you, let's just assume me and you will start from 1 and we count 2, we count 3, 4, 5 to 10. But computer will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 10 numbers for computers. Because it did not start from 1, that's why it stopped at 9. But remember, the actual values, the actual data we want to count is 10. So computers start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you count the total of these numbers, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So since computer started from 0, it stopped at 9 and the total is 10. We human, we started from 1 and we are going to stop at 10 to get the actual 10 values where we are going to count. So in this case, whenever we are counting in a computer, we will make sure that we index from 0 to be able to get the actual value 10. So the same thing is applicable here. Remember, we have 1 million pairs in PancakeSwap and we want to start counting to fetch the pairs. So we want to start counting to fetch the pairs. Where do we want to start? In our case, we want to start in number 1 and count till maybe 1 million or 1 million and something. You might not decide to fetch, or you might decide to fetch and stop at one's index, or skip the index and increase your fetching. So in our case, we want to start with 1. That is human case, but that is not the case in computer. If I put 1 here, it means it will actually start from number 2 pair, because computer start from 0 to count. So I'm going to put 0 because I want to start in the very first index of the pairs in PancakeSwap. So I will put the starting index as 0 and click enter. So it will ask me for step. So let me stop this video here and begin the next video with this step.